not exactly karate, just something that I created. I was not supposed to do that, but I may have been a bad boy and done it.
Thank you, Sensei Segal, for all of your blessings and your tutelage. So I had some audio issues, and I didn't realize that till I got the video on the computer. So I'm going to voice this over. I'm also a professional, and you can hire me so I can also ruin your videos. Here we go. So what you'll see here is Jason getting a good strong spider grip, extending the right leg, having a nice tug with the right hand. Then on the left, he's gonna have to break that grip, and that's what he's saying here. He's gonna pull with his hand, kick with his leg to break that grip, and then put in that lasso. He then uses my bicep with his right foot to square up. He's gonna elevate those hips to square up. He then pushes down again on my bicep, which elevates his hips because he's gonna go for the trap. He's then going to grab behind my right elbow, and he's pulling me in right here. He's really trying to suck me in, but he's also shooting his hips forward. I could feel a really strong leg curl on his left leg, and that just allows him to release that right foot over my shoulder, lock up that triangle position, hips up, put the arm across, watch the veins get real big in that beautifully shaped head. Now we have the second triangle setup, which we have Jason throwing in the spider grips again. He's going to break on the left side while keeping the right side, his right side extended. This is what he's saying here is he's going to release that right foot, and he's going to put it on my right hip. So on the near side hip there. What he's doing here is he has good control of my posture. If I start to press in, it actually promotes an inversion by him right here. And to help get torque on his spin, he's going to put his right foot into the ground, and he's going to dig, elevate his hips, and spin. Now you can also use your right hand on my knee, or as he did, just pivot around. And you're going to just keep your legs real wide to capture that triangle position. As he captured it, he punched my arm across his belly. Now on to the technique that I would be showing is double spider triangle setup. I saw Jamil Hill use this. Just going into traditional spider here. What I'm saying here is you got to really have a good extension on the spider guard side. So my left leg, I have a pretty strong push on that leg, and I have a decent pull. I mean, this is just my preference. I like to have a pretty strong pull on the left side, keeping things tight on the right side. I also like to be spreading my legs, so my right foot is actually pulling on that forearm, that elbow pretty hard. And that's what I'm saying here is I like to extend them as much as possible. And then I start going into breaking that grip, and it's the same as what Jason was saying, where I'm gonna have a good kind of cat's paw, and I'm just gonna kick real hard and have a good strong pull. I like to get the tension out first so there's not slack. And I'm just saying, don't kick and let your foot hit the mat. And you want to make it a nice quick move, just a break and wrap really fast. Here I'm showing a shallow hook or shallow lasso and a deep lasso. I prefer the shallow. Unless someone starts pressuring into me, which I will go into here. When someone's pressuring into you, that's when I'll go to a deep lasso and use my shin to up against the rib cage, and I'll be pulling really hard on that lasso grip. This, for me at least, when I have a strong spider as well, I'm able to keep people's pressure off me. They're not getting chest to chest. I default to a shallow lasso though. So onto the move, I unwrap that lasso and I go to 2 feet on one spider. I think I'm saying that I have like prayer hands, but with my feet here. I don't know why. And then on my right side grip, I'm keeping, so what I'm saying there is what people want to do, they often want to just shoulder in and side smash your legs. A good way to help prevent that is keep your elbow glued to your ribs and have a real strong pull with that grip. If you keep your elbow to your ribs, you're just structurally sound. There's not going to be much give, and it's going to be hard for them to wrap their hand and do the traditional defense to the lasso. He's also going to have a tough time pressing into you here because you're going to have that. So as you go further, you're going to elevate the hips, really step on that bicep, just like on Jason's technique. You're stepping on the bicep, pulling his elbow down, elevating your hips, which it looks like I might have had a couple burritos that morning because they are not getting too high. This will also ravage your partner. So if you're doing this quickly, tell them do not look to the right or don't look to the spider grip side because your inside of your knee is going to smash them right in the nose. I have done this to many friends and they have punished me later. So it's a fast move too. When you got it here and you're elevating your hips, this is all a very fast movement, which you kind of saw in the first live demonstration. I typically land in this dirty triangle or diamond position. I typically don't land in the actual wrapped figure 4, which you can do if you do it very nicely, where how I'm twisting like this, if you can do that all in one motion as you're punching both arms to the side, you want to punch in this position, punch both arms to the left. So you're pulling as you're kicking around. So as you release, you would punch those arms to the left. As your hips are up and they come down, you end up falling into almost a perfect triangle position. Have really good knees to the chest to try to keep his posture down because he's already feeling it right here because that arm is so far over. Really crunch in. Grab that shin on the hip, on the floor, whatever. My toes are in horrible position and I am embarrassed. And I think right here I'm just going over how you got to really kick that sucker over and try to get your angle. Okay, this is how you defend a triangle. I think who knows what I'm doing. I talk so much. Maybe I just wanted to like try to show it. See how I wasn't getting my hips very high also? It's horrible. I like to keep the grips the whole time. I think I'm saying there. And that's it. If you'd like to listen to my podcasts, I got doctors on and black belts and brown belts and purple belts, and I'm sure I'll have everything on. And blue belts, all of it. Subscribe, iTunes. This Jiu-Jitsu Speakeasy, the Jiu-Jitsu Speakeasy podcast. Os.